So tiger snakes are well and truly up there amongst the most venomous snakes on the planet. And when Europeans first arrived here in Australia, they accounted for more snake bite deaths than any other species in the country. But what can you expect if you're actually bitten by a tiger snake here in Australia? Well, in this episode, I'm going to pass you on a mate of mine, Ben Avery from Bayside Snake Catchers, to explain what happened to him when he was recently bitten by a tiger snake, one of the most venomous snakes on the planet. Stick around, guys. It should be a really interesting video.
G'day Nick, thanks for the introduction mate, and it's great to be on your channel. Not in the best circumstances, but here we are anyway. So how it all happened, I was feeding my baby snakes and thought, well, I've got a few pinkies left over because some of them didn't eat them. I thought, well, the tiger snake, he's very food orientated, so I thought, well, that'll be an easy feed. And opened up the cage. He came along the front of the cage. I didn't have my hands in there. I had some tongs, pinky on the tong, came straight out of the cage, bit me on the thumb, right here. We had the first aid on in about 30 seconds, the compression bandage from my wife, Melissa, and I sat down, did everything right, stayed calm, but unfortunately, because it went straight into the bloodstream, it did hit the lymphatic system as well. Because of the spot where it was bitten, it must have hit the bloodstream straight away. So I was vomiting within 10 minutes, in and out of consciousness, slurred speech. My arm was very, very painful. Pins and needles all the way up it. I could sort of feel the venom in there first up. When it first bit me, I thought, well, my hand doesn't feel right. So I knew definitely I'd been envenomated. It held on for about half a second. Because when they're in food mode, they hang on. The ambulance took a little while to get there, about 20 minutes, and these two young fellas, they walked in and sort of pooed their pants a little bit. They didn't really know what to do, what to expect. They might have seen a brown snake bite here and there, but no tiger snake bites. Where we are in southeast Queensland, there's no tiger snakes. So off to the hospital, 100 mile an hour, straight in to, there were so many doctors and nurses and people, there were like bees swarming around me. I was screaming and swearing and in that much pain, and they were jabbing me with more needles than you can poke a stick at. And then I was sort of in and out of consciousness for about 2 days. The next day, after the bite, they transferred me to the PA hospital because my kidneys failed. Both of them just stopped working because the venom had just tore them apart pretty much. So I was in the renal unit at the PA hospital. I was in there for 10 nights. So it was nearly 2 weeks in hospital. I also had 4 blood transfusions while in hospital. The venom pretty much wiped out half of my blood while I was sick, and that's why my fitness is so low. Because pretty much half my blood was rendered useless. So four blood transfusions, about 2.5 litres, I think, they pumped into me, and it kept me alive, thankfully. I've still got a few little issues. My taste buds still aren't working properly. What else? I get pretty cold at night time now. I don't usually get cold at all. I usually wear thongs, shorts and t-shirt the whole year round for me, but at the moment I'm getting my socks on and a blanket and a jumper and getting my wife to keep me warm, which is pretty unusual for me. I still get out of breath pretty easily. My fitness is pretty much gone because all my platelets went right down. I had some pretty horrific bruising around my groin area where they put a temporary tube in to do dialysis. Still got a few head spins here and there and a little bit of nausea every now and again. Hopefully that all clears up very soon. Long term, I may need a kidney transplant in 15 or 20 years, depending how I look after myself now. The doctor said, don't drink too much and keep yourself healthy and you should be fine. It's not a fun experience. My bite was a very, very bad bite. not every bite's like that. It was very, very awful and sobering experience, and all the well wishes from around the world. It was very humbling as well to know people are looking out for you. I had a lot of phone calls from a lot of snake catchers wishing me well, so that was really good. And yeah, so back to you, Nick. Thanks for letting me chat on your channel. Hopefully you can get something out of this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, mate. Bye.
So there you go. There's a bit of an inside look at what you can expect if you're unlucky enough to take a bite from this guy here, the tiger snake, one of the most venomous snakes on the planet. And Ben, I'm certainly glad that you're still with us here today to share the tale. If all you guys watching could do us a favour and check him out on Facebook, you can find him as Bayside Snake Catchers on Facebook. But on top of that, if you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, leave a comment, all that sort of stuff. But most importantly, check on back next week, because there is lots more wildlife content coming. But between now and then, guys, be nice to snakes, have a good one and take care.